Okay, boys and girls, today we're going to review multiplying and dividing with negatives. Let's go over our riddle yesterday. If you buy a rooster for the purpose of laying eggs and you expect to get 3 eggs each day for breakfast, how many eggs will you have after 3 weeks? The answer is 0. Roosters do not lay eggs. All right. Okay, so today we're going to work on multiplying and dividing negatives. So here's basically a quick rule. Either multiplying or dividing, if you're multiplying a negative number times or divide by a positive number, or reverse it, or a positive times a negative, or a positive divided by a negative. If one sign's negative, one sign's positive, the answer will always be negative. Okay, so the next one, let me just talk to you about is, sorry, it takes a second to erase this. If you have 2 negatives, so if you have a negative multiplying by a negative or dividing by a negative, so a negative times or divide by a negative, you will get a positive. So like 2 wrongs make a right, it's the same thing. So you're going to get a positive. Those are really generally the only rules you need to worry about. So I'm going to do a couple with you, then you're going to do some, so make sure you have a piece of paper and a pencil on hand. Pause when I tell you to pause, and then hit play for the answers. But the first 2 I'll do together with you. So we have negative 27 times 3. So we have to do 3 times 27 first. So when you do 3 times 27, you're going to get 81. And since you have a negative and a positive, because you have a negative and a positive, it's going to be negative. So if it's either negative, positive, or positive or negative, it's a negative. Oops, sorry. If it was negative 27 times a negative 3, then it would be positive. So the next one over here will be 77 times 3. So 77 times 3, you just multiply it out. So I'm going to get 231, and you have a positive and a negative, so it's going to be negative. Okay, let's do a couple more. We're going to skip number 3. Okay, number 4. Now if you look, I have a negative and a negative. That answer will be positive then. So 63 times 3. So 63 times 3 is 189, and it's positive because you have 2 negatives. Try both of those. So pause it when you're ready, and then hit play. Okay, so the first one is negative 45 times 5. It has to be a negative answer, and the reason why it's negative is because one's negative, one's positive. So that answer is going to be 225, negative 225. The next one, they're both negative, so if they're both negative, that answer is going to be positive. So let's just do this real quick. So I got 5, put a 1 up, that's 19. 0, we cross it out. And I get 1,495, and that's going to be positive. Okay. Try number 9, and then we're going to move on to division. Pause it, and then hit play when you're ready. Okay, this one has to be a negative because one's negative, one's positive. And we have 10 times 24, which is 240. So it's negative 240. Okay. The next several, you guys, I'm just going to bypass those next 2. So there's Cookie again barking. All right, so now we're going to do division. So division is basically the same thing, except we're dividing. So I'll do a couple with you. So we have negative 24 divided by negative 4. Since they're both negative, it's going to be positive. So 24 divided by 4 is 6. The next one, they're both negative. So if they're both negative, it's going to be a positive answer. So negative 18 divided by negative 9 is 2. All right, we'll skip 3 and 4. They're easy. All right, let's do 5 and 6 together. So negative 4 divided by 2 is 2, but it's going to be negative. The reason why it's negative is because one's negative, one's positive. So it's negative 2. Next one, negative 4 divided by negative 40 divided by negative 4 is 10, and they're both negative, so it has to be positive. Okay, so I want you guys to do number 7, pause, and then hit play. Okay, so the answer is going to be 2, and the reason why it's going to be 2 is because they're both negative. There goes Cookie again. All right, now we have, let's skip those 2. Okay, you guys try 11 and 12. Pause it and then hit play. Okay, so number 11, it's 2, and it's going to be positive because they're both negative. Number 12 is going to be negative 5, and the reason why is one's negative and one's positive. All right, boys and girls. So I have one more riddle here for you. So see if you can figure this one out, and then tomorrow I'll show you the answer. And you have 2 real quick worksheets. They're not that difficult, so do your best on them. All right, so this one riddle says a grandfather, 2 fathers, and 2 sons went to the movie theater together, and everyone bought 1 movie ticket each. So how many tickets did they buy in all? All right, boys and girls, have a great day.